Hi teachers, Cheryl had asked me if I would do a little video sharing some of the things that I've been making at home this week. I know we've all been in quarantine and trying to find ways to get creative with the time that we have. And I spent a couple days, like at the very beginning of quarantine, just going through my garage. And we have tons of boxes of stuff that we never go through that has just been sitting there from my childhood, from my arts and crafts days, things that I've held on to thinking I'm going to use this someday, and I never did. And through that process, I just collected all these things in light of and inspiration from Lisa Murphy and all of her talk on play and the conversations we've had in our classroom about sensory objects they can use and things that would engage the kids. And I've created a couple different things that have been pretty fun. Honestly, they've made it more interesting for me because it can get kind of boring just reading books and watching videos all day, which I love that, but I also like to do things a little bit myself too. So I will first show you that I have this area in my living room, and I know not everyone has these kind of supplies, but you have supplies of your own, and who knows what you can make out of them. So I have this corner in my house. Don't know if you can see it. It's really messy and it kind of drives me nuts, but it's there and I know it's temporary, so it's okay. I'm going to show you a couple of the things that I've been making and hopefully give you a little inspiration. So one of the things is I was going through stuff and just found like lots of random odds and ends, and I get a lot of Amazon packages. So I took all of my boxes and I cut them into squares about this size so they would all fit inside of this box, kind of like a CD case or something. And then I call them sensory squares, or I'm sure someone else said that before I did. But I've just taken jewels on this one and glued them all to the front. I have, here I'll move this down, this one, strings that I wrapped around. Covered this one in tape, different kinds of lace, feathers, foam, bigger jewels that have a little different feel, sequins. Don't even know what these things are called, little grommets, I think, or something. And on the other side of the grommet, some sandpaper, glitter glue, twine. These are a bunch of straws that I cut into little pieces and glued them on there. Got ribbon, bubble wrap, styrofoam, earplugs. This is just some shiny cardboard that has a different feel to it. So it has eyeballs on it, yarn, and OSB wood that I can't really see that with the lighting, I'm sorry, but OSB that I painted so it wouldn't give splinters. And those are my sensory squares. Just made a bunch of random different things. And then I found a lot of things that I didn't think would be as useful if used with cardboard because of the whole material of them. And so this one I made more of a softer sensory book kind of thing. And I'm a crocheter. My grandma taught me how to do that. So I crocheted some twine on one of them and some yarn. And again, I literally took this is from an old backpack that I wanted the zipper from. So I found some mesh on it, an old towel. It's clean, but old. Different type of towel, some burlap. This old t-shirt that I gotten from Goodwill. It's clean, but it has a different material. This is the back side of that bag, and it's more of a vinyl material on it. And then I just sewed it together, the messy stitch. These are kids, they don't care how perfect it is, but I think they'll have fun just being able to feel all of that in the classroom. So that was another thing. Okay, I'm gonna grab my next box of stuff. It's honestly been so much fun trying to find creative ways to do things. I made a class set of drums. They are made out of yogurt containers. We eat a lot of yogurt at my house, and I've been saving them thinking I'm going to use this for something someday, and I just never had the time for it. So I paper machéed tissue paper to the sides, There's masking tape covering the top of that, and then just a little twine for a little detail on that. And then it showed on like the Pinterest thing I'd found for it that you can use chopsticks as your drumming drumsticks. We can also use our hands or whatever else we want to. But we have a whole class set of those now, which will be really fun. And then I get the newspaper every day. I never read the newspaper, honestly. So I made little paintbrushes out of them as something else they can use when we're painting. And I just wrapped masking tape around it and cut little things on the end. What else do I have in here? I've been just saving lots of different bottles and cleaning them out. I have all kinds of things like that. I was excited about this one. I ordered for like $6 a thing of string on Amazon, and then I watched a tutorial on YouTube, and I made a macrame for my classroom. So I'll be able to put a plant in there and hang it, which just will add to our classroom environment, and that will be really fun. I have these just for the older kids. I think it's a good practice of squeezing, but then also they can match the letters to the correct letter on here, and it goes through the alphabet. It's just paint that I put on cardboard, and then I painted the clothespin and wrote the letter next to it. So those are these. My philosophy on all of this has been, don't overthink it, don't make it perfect or pretty. Do a nice job. You want it to look like inviting, but kids aren't expecting you to have something perfect for them. They could care less about most of that. It's us who cares. Something else. Oh, this is fun. Sorry, I should have been more organized when I was making this video, but I just pressed play. I have these little jars that I got at a thrift store a long time ago, and I just thought they were so cute, but I never knew what to use them for. And we were learning about the senses, and I thought that they'd be perfect little scent jars, I guess. So we can open this with them, and this one has lavender. So that'd be fun for the kids to be able to smell different things. I put curry powder in this little jar and coffee beans in this one. And then I'm still trying to come up with something to put in my last jar that I have. But that just engages a different sense. We've got touch and smell here. And then the last thing for now is this box of things. And I feel like I've been putting this one off just because I want to do it really cool, and it's going to take some thinking to figure out how I'm going to do it. So these are just random containers I've been saving for the kids to use. But in this box, I have all of my busy board items. I have this big piece of wood that I'm going to be screwing them onto or super gluing. This is why I haven't done it yet because it's kind of daunting to me. But I've been collecting things like that have zippers on them and like an old lock, some hinges and keys, and we're actually flipping my house right now, so we have a lot of old construction items, and I found like the old light switches that go on here, and they have little switches on them, an old mouse they can click and roll, just like all kinds of things. Even I bought this for traveling and I never used it, but it's a good pinching item to practice squeezing. Old timer, like really anything. So I would just, it's not going to be glamorous, but I think that the kids will really enjoy it, and I didn't want to go out and buy a really expensive one. So I would just encourage you to do some spring cleaning, go through your house, and find whatever random things you can find, and just think of it through a different lens of how could the kids engage in a meaningful experience through this item. And there's some things that there's no chance they won't. But I just think that once you start to consider it a little differently, you'll find that there's actually a lot that can be really valuable in your old junk. And it makes it fun. Look at Pinterest, look up ideas, and have fun making things that you know your kids are going to enjoy also. Good luck in quarantine, and I hope you found some good ideas. Talk to you later.